Okay, so this is a new episode of Minecraft. This is a more serious episode, I guess, because this is to settle an argument with one of my friends, Master Sword 1997, and he's a brony. Okay, so what I mean, by the way, I got all this. I won't be talking about gameplay much. Like, why am I on this texture pack? Wait a second. Default. I said I wouldn't be using any texture packs. Hopefully volume and stuff is fine. Okay, so this settle a kind of. Ow! I didn't think that would do. Okay, this is to settle an argument, I guess, between me and Master Sword 1997. Okay, Master Sword 1997 is brony, and I don't have anything wrong with that. That's the first thing I want to say. I don't have anything wrong with that. You like a show, you like a show. Even if that show isn't in your target audience, I still say if you like a show, then I don't care. Every time. But if you like the show, then okay, then you like the show. I don't care. But he doesn't like Adventure Time, and he said it was too immature and it didn't really have any depth. Okay, so, and I love Adventure Time, one of my favorite shows ever, and I just kind of take it to heart when I say, when he said, when he says Adventure Time's too immature. And so some of my friends who aren't bronies and me kind of had an argument on Facebook and stuff and through YouTube videos and all that jazz, I guess, about which is better, I guess. Like, I don't care about My Little Pony. I couldn't give a shit. Watched a few episodes. I didn't like it, and the few episodes weren't the first two because he said don't watch the first two because they're the worst ones or whatever. So I watched like episode 6 and 7 or whatever. I can't remember. But anyway, I don't like the show, personally. Okay, first argument he made was animation. Animation on My Little Pony is really good, and animation on Adventure Time is decent enough. That's his word, decent enough. And it does a good job. First of all, actually, before I get into this, I want to say sorry to him. I did kind of get a bit I didn't treat the kind of situation with the most respect and everything, and I really regret that, and I hope that he doesn't really take it to heart. Also, that I hope that with the animation, I prefer the Adventure Time animation. Like, I prefer it because it's bright, colourful, just like the My Little Pony animation, but it's like the Adventure Time animation, he said he's seen it all the time, everywhere, every show, every cartoon just has it. Like, it just does. And I don't agree with that. Yeah, okay, there are many shows that are bright and colourful and stuff. Yeah, okay, we get it. Every time. My little sisters aren't allowed to play Minecraft anymore. But whatever, he said the animation and everything for Adventure Time, he's seen it everywhere before, and it doesn't do anything special. I like it because it's bright, colourful, just like My Little Pony animation, but it's also like, oh, it's got the wriggly arms, it's got the stretchiness, you know, the bounciness, it makes it feel nice, colourful, happy, you know, that kind of stuff, and it's just a really good animation. Like, yeah, not the best in the world. I prefer it was kind of like an anime style, whatever, but it fits the show, like the kind of feel to the show well and everything. But you know, it's just with My Little Pony. Apparently, I was told that the animation was made by Flash. Like, you know, Flash. It's Flash animation, and for that, it's good, but it's kind of average. Like, I don't know why he says the animation's so good, because anyone that's seen the animation, it's just kind of like, it's bright, colourful, everything moves kind of robotic. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. Like, it feels like Flash, like high-end Flash, but it still feels like Flash. It doesn't have any bounciness or anything to it. It feels like, yeah, you've got a moving picture, and you've put it over a background. I see what you did there. but it doesn't feel special. Fuck yeah. Okay, it doesn't feel like anything special, and I guess in that kind of respect, it's similar to Adventure Time. But it's just that, I don't know, it's just I much prefer Adventure Time. Another subject that he brought up was character development. Apparently, Adventure Time was really bad for character development. When he first saw the characters, they were two-dimensional. You could guess everything they were going to do. They're cliches, you know, that kind of stuff, and that's not right. And I don't feel like at all. I feel that more with My Little Pony. He said later on in the series, the pace picks up a lot. They deal with stuff like discrimination and stuff, and it kind of makes the cliche characters actually feel like they're human, I guess. But the thing is though, like, I still feel like they're just ponies. You know, like, oh, I'd love to go shopping on weekends, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, oh, I'm the cowboy, because that means I'm the different one, you know, that kind of stuff. And then it's like, oh, I'm tomboy, and that means that people make fun of me, but I should always stick to sports and stuff. And it's like, no, don't do this to me, if you know what I mean. It's just, I don't want this. I don't want this from a show. On the other hand, I guess Adventure Time is similar, because the way it's like, oh look, Lumpy Space Princess is just a cliche of every teenage girl ever. Yeah, because she's like, oh my god, oh my glob, I'm the prettiest, people can't handle my looks and stuff, but that's the point in it, I guess. It's meant to be like that, but then also, in the later on series, and even on the first series, I guess, there's some really touchy, like, moments, I guess. You know, Lumpy Space Princess, as it turns out, isn't just the cliche that you know her as. She ran away from home because she wants to be independent rather than her parents looking after her constantly. Because she feels that her parents look after her too much and think that she's never going to succeed at life. And yeah, like, she moves away and she actually lives in the wilderness where she won't exactly be treated by anything. She's literally got a little campfire in the middle of some woods, and that's where she lives. Like, you know, and she's done that just because she doesn't want to be pampered too much. If that's not character development, I don't know what is. And that's some of the lighter character development as well, because there's more. Also, like, let's take Marceline for example. She is a vampire, and in the first episode we see her in, she steals Finn and Jake's house. You know, she's a vampire, you see her at night, she's a bit cheeky, a bit more like a devil, you know, that kind of stuff. She is one of the best characters, like, ever in terms of character development. This person was made for character development was made for this character. This character is such a good character. Okay, she's a vampire. She is being helped by Jake to perform a new song. That new song is about no. Diamonds. No, I'm done. Okay, now I have to continue because, oh my god, I can't believe I dug down one more Minecraft. Oh well. But with, oh wow, it's lagging like a mother trucker. But she is really well done. Like, she is singing a song with Finn, and as it turns out, the song is pretty deep and personal, and at first the song sounds kind of like a joke. The lyrics are, "Daddy, why did you steal my fries? I bought them and they were mine. Daddy, do you even love me?" That kind of stuff, and it's like, is that meant to be a joke? Am I meant to laugh at the fact that she's making such a big deal about her fries? But then, later on in the episode, you're like, shit, her dad really doesn't like her. Like, her dad goes on a rampage and everything, and his dad won't even listen to her. But then when Finn plays this song, a recorded version of the song to her dad realized, oh shit, I didn't know they were fries, but I took them, and it really scarred her for life. Like, wow, the fact that I could just easily take something that's hers, and she just assumes that I'm evil, you know, the fact that I don't like her. and it's really deep, and it's like, wow, that guy isn't a very good parent, is he? Then there's another episode, Return to the Nightosphere, which kind of, it makes their big kind of, oh, we don't get along relationship even bigger, because Marceline's dad is ruler of a hellish place. It looks a lot like the Nether, actually, called the Nightosphere, and it's pretty much just hell, really. And Marceline's dad is kind of like the king of it, the owner of it, but there's like this amulet thing that if the person that rules over the Nightosphere wears it, then they become, well, then they become the king or whatever, the ruler. But thing is, though, it also makes them evil at the same time. You know, the whole stealing fries, that sort of stuff. And so he gets really bored of it, and so decides to invite Marceline over to the Nightosphere and trick her into becoming into the queen of the Nightosphere. Well, they say she's called the vampire queen for a reason. But it's also kind of makes you think, like, your dad can't have really love you that much to try and make you evil, you know, and try to take over your responsibilities. But then also, later, we found out in one of the episodes, Marceline and Ice King used to be friends. They used to be really good friends. Because there was this nook or whatever. It's a really big backstory and stuff in Series 4 that really gets into a really long backstory about the characters and stuff, and how the food was made. But it talks about how Marceline was like this little kid in the wreckage of the world, and Ice King found her and helped her. He gave her this toy. And that later on we find out that earlier on we find out that Marceline's old boyfriend Ash actually took away and sold just so he could get a wand, and she dumped him for that. And so we know by that point already this toy is really important. And she's this little girl stuck in like this massive wreckage of the world. It's like literally piles of ash and stuff, and we realize like no one's there for her. And then we see Ice King, who hasn't yet turned evil. Like, there's this whole subplot about him used to being an archaeologist, then he found this special crown which actually turns you evil when you put it on, and give you ice powers as well. But like once you've touched it, you're not allowed to kind of not touch it, otherwise you die. It's kind of like a life support machine, but it also turns you evil at the same time. Well, he gives, like halfway through that transformation, he gives Marceline this little toy that he found, and he promises he'll look after her and everything, and it doesn't really tell you much more other than the fact that later when they meet and they start to like write songs and stuff, and Marceline actually writes a song about what happened there. Marceline starts to cry a lot, like seriously, and it also makes you think, like, it never implies this, and I only figured this out a few minutes ago, but what about Marceline's dad? Like, what about him? Like, where was he? His daughter's in this massive distress, so where's he?